So yeah, dude, I was down at the Enchanted Forest last weekend.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and I ran into those.
Oh, hang on. I'm getting a call.
You got a phone call.
Pixies pizza delivery.
Oh, the pizza guy. Yeah.
Hello? Yeah. Yeah, no. So it's past the troll. He's asking you a riddle.
Is it the dry? It's a towel.
It's a
dry when wet. Towel.
yeah. No, he always asks that one. Yeah, it's a towel. It's definitely a towel. Okay. He's asking you two more.
Horse's name is Friday.
Can you put him on the phone? Yeah, dude, I'm hungry. Can we get the pizza? Okay, let him past. Let him past. Why are you asking me riddles now? Hang on, hang on a second. Hang on, just put him back on the phone. Dude, just fly around him. Just go around him. Okay, I'll meet you at the door. Okay. All right, sorry about that, dude. Pizza's coming.
I can't remember. Welcome to the Wizard's Tower. I forgot what I was talking about.
Welcome back to the Wizard's Tower, I guess. Yeah.
The Wizard's Tower!
So you just got back. Well, today you just got back from San Francisco.
I
dude.
did. I literally landed this morning.
Damn.
Yeah. So that was.
Yeah.
It was an experience. It was an experience. So originally I was supposed to go over for a Ubisoft event.
Yep.
And something happened. I don't know what happened. I don't think the Ubisoft demo was quite ready. So,
okay, yeah. Can you say what game?
it's for Assassin's Creed Shadows. It was for Assassin's Creed Shadows. Yep. And then, so I think something happened internally. I don't really know what happened, but they'd already booked the flights and all that. So they were like, you can just still go if you would like.
That's cool.
So yeah, which was really nice of them. And I did end up going. I went with my partner, and it was, it was interesting. I would like to preface this whole conversation with just, I don't think this is all of America.
Right.
This is the first time I've ever been to the US.
Yeah.
But I think it might be a San Francisco. At least I think a lot of these issues are majority just San Francisco.
San Francisco issues. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, you're not
I'm not
applying this
saying
to
all of America.
different experience, different cities.
It's a big place. I mean,
big
if it's
exactly.
all like this, I mean, it can't all be like this, right?
I fucking hope not.
It can't all be like that, right? Yeah.
San Francisco is very well known for being the fentanyl capital of America as well.
Yep.
It's a lot of homeless people, which is obviously very sad. A lot of addiction and all that sort of stuff going in. So a lot of these experiences that you've had,
it's kind of But we'll get into that.
Yeah,
Let's start off easy.
Yeah.
With the first flight, getting there,
Unreal.
which was with United Airlines.
Yep.
Which, if any Americans have flown with United Airlines, no, I'm pretty sure it's pretty well renowned as being pretty bad.
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
And it was really bad. I don't know what they put in their food. I don't know who decided to make their airplane food so bad. This sounds like a Jerry Seinfeld. But what's the deal with airplane food? It's so bad.
Yeah, really.
We would, it was so... I love about it now.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I can't even stop myself from chuckling. I'm sorry.
What time was the first meal? How many meals you get on the plane? 3?
I was like two and a half,
barely.
kind of. But like the first meal was pretty crap. I can't even remember what it was. Some like weird chicken dinner. It wasn't even chicken. It sucked balls. But the second time we were getting breakfast as we were like kind of flying into San Francisco. They were like serving us breakfast, and the lady gets on the intercom and she's like, "The only option is eggs. You have no choice."
Whoa.
And I was like, what?
It sounds like...
Why does that sound like I'm going to be forced to eat these eggs? What do you mean I have no choice?
You have no choice.
The only option is eggs. You have no choice. And we were like, what?
It's like Morpheus with the red and blue pill, but just eggs.
Just one pill. Only one way. You can choose the red pill and see how far the rabbit hole goes. The other hand is empty. We're like, what the fuck? But everyone, like the staff were like super rude, which was like so sick.
Yeah.
And
cool.
we asked for like a bottle of water, and this flight attendant was like, "We don't do bottled water." And then 20 minutes later, proceeded to hand out bottled water to everyone, which was really cool.
That's cool.
But let's
Don't know-
brush over the flight. It was 2 hours delayed as well.
Yuck. That's
And
the
then
worst.
we get there. Finally, it's like supposed to be a 14-hour flight. It was 16 hours. We're like, let's just come on. We're here.
Yeah.
Let's just get out of here.
Yeah.
You know? And then they go, everyone stands up, ready to go. And they're like, oh, sorry, the catwalk is broken.
What?
So
Oh, okay.
the thing that like attaches
Yep,
to the
yep,
plane, broken.
Damn.
So they were like, we have to wait here
Yeah.
until it's fixed.
The pilot's
And
like, oh, I left my wallet in Melbourne.
Yeah.
we just got to go back real quick.
so that took like 45 minutes and then waiting
Yeah.
for bags. And then I also took another hour to find the driver that was supposed to be picking us up because
Sure.
he didn't show up, which was really awesome. And then he's like, no, I was waiting at the terminal the whole time. And I was like, brother,
So was
I was
I.
at the terminal. I didn't see you anywhere, man. You are lying to me right now.
So yeah, like a dude, you would have been standing there.
Yeah, he had his little
field.
sign.
That's
He's
cool.
like, yeah, see, I had the sign and everything. And he pulled it up on his phone. And I was like, you were not there. I'm telling you right now, you were fucking not there. Okay. Yeah. United Broomsticks, definitely wouldn't recommend them. And then we finally start driving to our hotel and we're driving through San Francisco. And, you know, it was eye-opening.
Yeah.
It literally looked like, I felt like Rick Grimes in season 1 of The Walking Dead walking into the city with the horse and being
Yeah.
like, why is this place so abandoned?
Yeah,
And then
fuck.
out of nowhere, I'm like, we hit this one district, which I'm pretty sure is called the Tenderloin District.
Tenderloin District.
There's like a whole story as to like why it's called that.
Right.
But basically they pushed all of the homeless people into like one suburb,
Yeah.
one district. So that way it's really bad in one area, but everywhere else
Everywhere
is
else is
like,
alright.
okay.
Sure.
And we had to kind of drive through there and like we just come around this corner and there's just like, I wouldn't say like hundreds, but like 10s, 20s of people, you know, like massive groups of people, like 20 or 30 people,
It's really sad.
groups of just homeless people and people like on fentanyl and people like, you know, full alchemied out just on some crazy potions. And like,
Crazy potions.
yeah, it was really, really sad to
On a
see.
healing elixir.
Yeah, I was like, we're just going through and we're like, God, like, obviously you hear it's bad, but when you see it in person, it was really, really sad. So that was like a bad first impression. And the Uber driver's like, yeah, bro, I wouldn't be like walking at all around here. And I was like the whole city? And he's like, yeah, the whole city's pretty bad. I live on like the other side of the bridge, so I'm good. But living on this side of the bridge where you're staying, yeah, I wouldn't stay there. And I'm
That's
like,
scary.
you know, we've been here like 2 minutes, man. Like you couldn't say anything positive about this city. And so we finally we get to the hotel, you know, we check in, we get up to our apartment and the hotel itself was like, okay, but that's a whole nother story as well. And we decide to explore the city a little bit and immediately we're going out, we're walking around Union Square, which we didn't realize is right next to the Tenderloin District. So all of Union Square is kind of not as bad, but almost as bad. Jeez. And we're walking around, there's lots of homeless people and we're like, I'm kind of scared for my life right now.
There other like non-homeless people walking around? Like what was the ratio?
But it was
like?
literally like a 1 in 3. 1 in 3 ratio.
Yeah.
But we're like walking around, we're like, we need some food. We need some serious American food.
Yeah.
So we see none other than In-N-Out.
Oh fuck yeah. I've
we're
always
like-
wanted to try In-N-Out.
Yeah, it's shit. But
No,
anyway,
is it actually?
yeah, In-N-Out
Dude, they
shit.
say it's like the best.
Oh wait, sorry, hang on. Not In-N-Out. What's the other
Chick-fil-A,
one?
Chipotle.
No, the other one.
In-N-Out. Chick-fil-A, Chipotle.
In-N-Out's pretty good. There's what did we go?
Arby's?
Jack in the Box.
Jack in the
we saw
Box.
Jack in the Box.
I don't give a fuck about
Yeah,
Jack
Jack
in
in the
the
Box
Box.
is shit.
Okay.
So fucking bad. We walk inside, no air conditioning.
Jesus.
We're like, why is it hot in this fast food? Like that
Just
seems
walking grease.
unsanitary. Yeah. We go in there and it's pretty bad. There's like no one at the counter except for one guy who's also cooking the food and coming out to serve us and then going back.
Whoa.
It was fucked. And he's really nice, but like we order our shit and we're waiting for our food to come and we like look to the entrance and someone like walks in and it's a homeless guy and his pants are around his ankles and his cock's out.
Oh my god.
And he just walks in, shuffles in, goes to the bin, grabs out like a soda and like a bag from the bin, looks at us, bawls out. I have them like ingrained into my brain. Just looks at us, and I was like, oh, like what the fuck? And then he just shuffles out, and I was like, did he know he had his like pants down or
fucking way.
yeah? This dude's cock's out.
Oh my
and I'm
God.
talking, this is first hour in
That
this
is
place.
insane. He had his cock out.
Yeah, well,
in and out.
and you know what's the saddest part is? That's not the last penis I had to
Oh,
see in this city.
brother, what?
This is one of like 3 cocks I saw in that city. Just people just on the street, just balls out.
Jesus.
So that was like an experience. We go back to the hotel, we eat the food. We're like, this is pretty shit. Also, everything is so expensive,
Yeah.
astronomically
Oh,
expensive.
worse than here. Because here's pretty bad, but
Here's pretty bad, but like, so like in Australia, an avocado on toast and a coffee,
Yep.
I'd say maybe like $25
Australian.
Australian. So like $50 for like 2
US.
people.
oh yeah, yeah.
We were paying like 70, sometimes $80 Australian for like just a meal. And it was like significantly worse portion wise, food quality wise, and coffee wise.
So if you got like a coffee, an avocado here, you're at 25, and then if you got a coffee, so $50 2 people, and then you got a coffee, avocado 2 people in America. What are you saying?
it's
80,
like
90
$80.
bucks.
Yeah, 70, $80.
Australian.
Sometimes 90. Australian, yeah. Because they're like, oh, yep, okay, so yep, coffee is $10. And you're like,
What?
that's first of all
ridiculous.
ridiculous. But okay. And then they're like, yeah, and the avocado on toast, that's like $20. And you're like, okay, so that's $30. All
No
right,
wonder there's so many
cool.
fucking homeless people. They can't
Yeah.
afford fucking a breakfast.
And then they're like, okay, so that's the price. Now we got to tax you. So the tax on top, that's another like
sure.
$10. So you're like, okay, so
and
it's
then you gotta
$40.
fucking tip them.
Yeah,
too.
and then they're like,
oh, my
and you got to
God.
also tip us 18% at least. If you tip less than
Fucking
that, we'll
hell.
spit in your food. So everything just ends up, it just adds up.
Oh my God, I didn't even think about that as well.
Yeah,
God,
so
that's a
that was
terrible
really
system.
painful. We got like 2 avocado on toast for the both of us and 2 coffees.
Yeah.
It was like, 70, 75 Australian. And the avocado on toast, bro, it was like a slice of whole grain bread, like you would just grab,
Yeah. What? Yeah.
soggy. So they like, it was frozen and they just
Yeah.
reheated
Bang,
it.
and then didn't even put the
It wasn't even
defroster on
toasted.
it.
It
Yeah.
wasn't even toasted. It was just a fucking piece of
Wasn't
soggy
even
bread.
toasted.
And they put avocado on top of it, like brown avocado, and they sprinkled a little bit of like cottage cheese
Bullshit,
on top.
yeah.
And then and that was $70. And I was like, and the coffee, worst coffee I've had in my life.
Yeah. Get some cream in that coffee.
Oh, bro, they don't. It was just bad. I really feel bad, like just ragging on it, but
yeah.
like
You were there for like what, a week?
a week, yeah. And it was just, everything that could go wrong
Yeah.
went wrong.
I just said not all of America.
Not all of America,
but this
The
is
San
your
Francisco
experience.
specifically,
Yeah.
in my experience.
Yeah. This
bad.
is your experience. and
That's
yeah.
so. This is all day one.
Still
right?
day one.
This is day one. And
Already
then
seen a cock and balls, shitty
Yeah.
avocado. Already
Yeah.
spent like $300.
things get astronomical, like significantly worse.
Tip of the
after
iceberg at
this.
the moment.
I decide.
Yeah.
I'm like, you know what's legal here?
Mm.
Herbage, a
Yes,
bit of the
sir.
gillyweed, a bit of the pipe. So we
Yes,
were
it
like,
is.
not that pipe, the
Weed.
Gandalf's pipe, yeah, weed.
Marijuana.
So we were like, oh, we should get edibles because that's like a thing you can do here.
Yeah.
And so we order these like, it's like Dr. Sleepy Time Sleepy Edibles. And we're like, oh, and they're brownies. We're like, okay, let's get them. They're Sleepy Time ones.
That'd
we're
be
like, that'll be
great.
really good for our jet lag. We'll go to sleep. We'll just have a nice, let's just
yeah,
snooze up. And we'll wake up the next day and we'll be like,
Ready to go.
tackle the
Forgotten
city.
about cock and balls and
Yeah,
overpriced
forgotten about
avo.
it. Put
Yeah.
that out of our mind.
Yeah.
So we read on the back and it's like, take 1 to 4 edibles. And we're like, they're 2.5 milligrams for people that know about them. I don't know what
that means.
Yeah, 2.5 milligrams of
That's
THC.
a lot. I don't know if that's a lot or not. A lot.
No idea.
Yeah.
Well, actually, we also ordered gummies.
Oh, yeah.
And they were 10 milligrams
Right. Okay.
each gummy.
True.
So we were like, okay, let's take, they recommend 1 to 4. Let's
Yep.
take 2, meet
Yep.
in the middle. It's also half of one of those gummies. So like it's probably going to be pretty weak.
Yep.
So we ate them. And in classic fashion, like every guy that tells a story about eating edibles,
Yep.
first 2 hours, I was like, I'm not really feeling
I could probably have another.
I could probably have another one.
Let's do another 4.
And the last, I remember being like, remembering like, no, just wait for it to kick in. We didn't do another one, but I was like, last thing I remember, I could probably do another one.
Hey, double it and give it to me.
Next thing I remember, I'm on the ground in like the fetal position, basically. And I was like, it was too many. It was too many. It was too many. And like, I started to have like, I felt like I was like going like time traveling a little bit, you know, like your mind drifts off and then you kind of like come back into consciousness and like 10 minutes have passed and you're like, fuck, like, oh my God, like I can't even hold on to like reality right now.
Yeah. You've just lived a life and then you've come back and
so I was having a really bad time. I was kind of freaking out a little bit with that.
Yeah.
But I'm a bit of a seasoned professional when it comes to like bad situations like this. So I was like, I know that it's gonna end at some point.
Yeah.
You know, when that is, I don't know. It's gonna end. Just gotta focus on breathing. Just get through this. So I look up, how long do edibles last?
Not a good idea, but
6 to 12 hours.
yeah, that's
like
scary.
full effects for 6 to 12 hours. Immediately, I'm like, oh.
Did you just try and
no.
watch a movie? Did you try some sort of?
I was trying to focus on not dying.
Yeah, okay. You were full shutdown, flight or flight
it was
mode.
it was fucked. I like sat in bed and I started focusing on breathing. I was like, okay, in
meditate,
and out, in and out. I checked the time. It was like 2:30 or like 4 o'clock or something. Like say like 4:10. I was like, okay, it's 4:10. Focus on my breathing for like a good 10 minutes. I check my watch. 4:10. Whoa. What do you? Hey, what do you mean? Hey, hang on a second. I'm pretty sure I spent like 10 minutes breathing just then. What do you mean like 5 seconds have gone by?
There is that like you just ride it and just like don't try and fight it and just go with it, but that's hard to do.
Well, the thing is, I was like, all right, let's go with it. Except I had decided in my head, I'm going to breathe in my nose, out my mouth, you know, try and calm down. Now I was consciously breathing. So when I tried to go with it, I stopped breathing.
You stopped breathing. Yeah, that's not good.
I would do this. I'd be like,
yeah, they don't recommend. They don't.
And I was like, all right, you know what? Let's just try and go to sleep and sleep this off. And I just go, because I wouldn't breathe. And
it was, my God, that's terrifying.
It was horrific. And so I started to like get into these loops of like getting up, going to the bathroom. I'd like sit down on the toilet seat and then I'd be like, wait, didn't I just go out and sit back down? I was like, fuck, how many times have I...
Some death loops going on.
How many times have I done the same thing over and over again? So I thought, you know what? I'm going to try and break the cycle here. Let's play a little bit of Subway Surfers. So I started playing a video game to try and like keep my attention. And it kind of worked a little bit. Not really. I found the best thing to do was throw up. Every time I felt myself slipping, away, idea. I throw up and it would snap me back into like reality. Soberness.
That's a good idea.
And then it would slowly slip back into, I didn't know where I was. This was horrific, panic attack. But anyway, I survived that. About like 3 or 4 hours go by and of this just horrible experience.
When did you text me? Like how long after this fucking experience? Was that the next day or something?
The next day, I think.
It was the next day,
Or it was later that day, once all the effects had worn off.
Yeah.
But for 3 or 4 hours, I was having a terrible time, but it sort of mellowed out enough where I could go to sleep and then it got a lot better.
That's good.
This is still day one. So we come down from all of this and I was like, I'm never doing anything like that again. That was like probably the worst day of my life. With all of this other stuff happening, worst day of my life.
Lucky you were with someone as well.
I felt safe, you know, being like, at least there's someone else here, you know.
You can relax a little bit.
Yeah, we can sort of relax a bit. It was only me that was freaking out.
Yeah.
So I don't know why. There's maybe my fucking brownie had a lot more in it.
Yeah.
But and then we're trying to go to sleep that night and we hear like all this yelling and commotion outside. Turns out there's like fucking 6 like crackheads outside of our apartment. And I got a video of it. We're like filming. We're like, yeah, so anyway, this is where we're staying. It's like in a pretty tough neighborhood. There's like a few people here. And then my partner goes, she goes, wait, does that guy have his pants down? And I'm like, I look over and I'm like, oh my God, he's getting his dick sucked. He's getting his cock sucked. And literally there's someone just sucking them off in the middle of this street. And just right there.
When you sent me that video, that was so funny.
Yeah.
I like woke up to that in the morning, and then your guys' reaction, like, oh, ew,
Oh, he's getting his cock sucked right there. His penis. Yeah.
Oh my God.
And this is day one. And so we're like, oh my God. So we kind of, we try to get to sleep.
in the middle of the street. That's
Yeah.
just fucked.
Getting woken up by like sirens all night, people screaming, arguments and stuff. And then we get woken up at like 6 a.m. by someone yelling outside. And
classic.
I'm not even kidding. They were yelling like this. They were like, I'm like, what the fuck is this fucking city?
Like that little dude off Smiling Friends.
Yeah, dude. It was like the wild thornberries, dude. And we look outside and there's a guy with no shirt on just yelling at himself.
Damn.
And so we were like, fuck me.
He
Like,
just had 2 edibles.
yeah. Yeah, I was like, maybe he got into
You should have
our
gone and talked him through it, dude.
Yeah.
Talk him down. He was
Bro, it's
fucking-
okay, man. Just focus on your breathing, bro. Just focus on your breathing. Yeah. So that was horrific. That was just day one. So it was a
Yeah.
really bad introduction to San Francisco.
All up. You know, it's gonna get better from here. I can imagine.
Yep. Nope.
Nope.
Nope. Not really.
Rip.
The whole rest of the trip, you know, there were some really great things.
Yeah.
You know, there's
Yeah. Let's touch on some good things.
yeah.
The people were good.
No,
really friendly.
no,
Not
No,
friendly.
actually the worst people I've met in my entire life.
That's a shame.
Architecture was really good.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah.
The city is beautiful. The architecture is like so interesting. It's like so many unique, different kind of buildings.
It's really
and
colorful. Nice.
It's very
Yeah,
colorful,
very colourful.
super hilly. Jesus
Yeah,
Christ,
yeah.
my calves were getting a workout. I loved the sightseeing. Like the city itself was great.
Yeah.
We went to Alcatraz.
That's cool.
Yeah, that was kind of shit. I'm not gonna lie. I was like, hey, I played Call of Duty on this place.
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah. But like, you know, we're like lining up to like get the tickets and like these fucking people just like cutting in front of us. Like, I don't know, man. It's not everyone,
Yeah.
but at least the people we ran into, all of the Americans we ran into were incredibly rude
Yep.
and very like just kind of like the world revolved around them
Yep.
sort of thing. So people would cut in front of us. You know, we'd get served at like a cafe or whatever. They'd expect a tip, but they were like really rude to us and stuff like that. And I don't want to badmouth them too
Well,
much, but it was just
Yeah.
everyone was very, very rude.
The Americans I've met I think 2 Americans when I was in Spain. Fantastic. Had a great time.
Yeah.
Really lovely. They were great. So it makes me sad to think that you had a bad experience with Americans because I know obviously it's not everyone,
Yeah, yeah.
but by the sounds of it, it was a lot of them.
I
A lot
reckon
of
we
people you
met.
ran
I
into.
reckon we met 4 or 5 Americans that were really nice.
Okay.
And they were really nice.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
like,
good.
oh, like this is a really refreshing. But you know,
majority of who you met.
majority, almost everybody was just horrible
Yeah,
people.
that's sad.
You know, like we're walking down this fucking alley in Chinatown, this like beautiful decorated alley or whatever. And there's like someone 20 meters down the road, this random American lady. And she's like, can you two move? Can you two get out of the way? I'm trying to take a photo. And I'm like, it's a public alley. Come on. Also, lady, I'm fucking 20 meters away. Fuck off.
And
That's actually 50 feet for you you Americans that use the...
I'm 50 feet away.
Yeah, come on, man.
But also, like, just how you say it, you know? Oh, hey, could you stand on the side? I just want to take a photo of this beautiful alleyways. Or if
Yeah.
you guys stand on the side.
Or how about you just fucking wait?
Yeah.
How about you just wait the 10 seconds it takes for us to get out of the way?
Or your phone's probably got it. You probably just highlight what you don't want in the frame. Generative
This brings
AI
us to our
fill.
first sponsor, Adobe Photoshop. Generative AI
Shout out to
fill.
generative AI
Yeah,
fill.
seriously. It was stuff like that would happen like
Getting
constantly.
fucked.
Just people being very rude like
Entitled
that.
and think they're better than you. And yeah. no.
Yeah. And so that stuff sucked. But Alcatraz smelt like
That's an interesting.
bird corpses, like dead birds and bird shit. because there
make
was a lot of
sense.
bird shit around and there were a lot of dead birds.
would
And the
make
whole
sense.
island smelled like that.
So I guess they get in there and then just get trapped, and
They
they.
just fucking die there. I don't
That's
know.
pretty ironic.
I don't know, yeah.
Free.
This place is a fucking prison, man.
What the hell is this place? A prison? Oh,
If only
yeah,
I
it
could
is.
fly and escape this place.
Free bird.
If
and
only
he
I
just
could go
gets getting
anywhere
trapped.
else. If only I could literally fly anywhere else other than this fucking prison island.
You just keep getting trapped in
Yeah,
the prison.
just
That's really
dying.
well. It's Alcatraz, like it's known for
Keep
its
them
fucking
in.
yeah.
Yeah, they really can't. They can't
You
escape.
can't escape. Even if you're a bird, you can't escape Alcatraz. That's
Yeah.
pretty fucking. That's
It's a
good.
secure place.
Yeah,
There's a lot of history there. Al Capone was on Alcatraz.
I didn't know that. That's kinda cool.
Yeah, they're like Al Capone was even seen sweeping and mopping these very halls, and I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. But didn't he I don't know? Didn't he spend the next 3 years in a mental asylum after Alcatraz, and then he fucking died?
yeah.
Yeah, he did apparently.
Yeah,
So.
apparently, yeah. Not apparently about it. Yeah.
Yeah, I was like,
right.
oh, that's cool. But Alcatraz itself was it was okay, but at the end of the day, it's a prison on an island.
Yep.
So
Once you've
Take-
seen
yeah.
one prison on the island, you've seen it
yeah,
all.
take
Wait,
take
did
that
you-
information as you will.
Did you go in the cell and they shut it on you? And
They
you,
didn't
spent-
shut it on me. That actually was really funny. We go there and they're like, oh, you guys are so lucky because in just 30 minutes, we're going to do a door demonstration.
Whoa! Why is that lucky?
We're like, okay,
Is that-
what is that? Oh, we show you how the doors sound.
why is that lucky? Can't you just do that all the time? Is it like a
No.
theme park?
It's
Is
like
it
a demonstration.
like Goofy's coming out every half an hour. Like, you know what I mean? Like, why
Yeah.
can't they just shut the door?
Oh, we watched it.
Yeah, was it good?
Well, they opened the door and then they shut it.
They were lucky you saw it.
And that was it.
It
They were
sounds
like,
very exclusive.
all right, and then we pull this lever and then they shut.
Is that every door?
Yeah, I think it was the whole row.
That's kind of cool, I guess.
And I was like, oh, yeah. And they're like,
What,
you want us to
multiple
do it
doors?
again? I was like,
No
not
one.
really.
No one gave a fuck.
I saw the door open and close.
It would have been cool if everyone got to stand in the cell and they fucking treat,
That would be pretty cool. Yeah. The cells were very small. So Alcatraz, I don't know, I'd give it a 6 out of 10.
Damn, really?
Yeah, it was. It's cool to look at because you can see it from almost anywhere in the city. You're like, oh, that's the fucking island with the prisoners.
Yeah.
And I can understand why people thought they could swim from the island to shore because it doesn't look that far, but it is very far.
Very far. Yeah.
It's like a 10-minute boat ride. And then we saw the Golden Gate Bridge. That was just a red bridge, which
Bro, I
was,
feel like you're shitting on it. I don't know.
I don't know, man. It was a red bridge. It's not even golden. Why do they call it golden, man? I don't know. No, that was pretty cool. It's a beautiful city, like I said. So cool architecture. Like
We
the
don't
Golden
have a
Gate was
bridge
cool.
that big in Australia. So seeing a bridge that big would have been pretty cool.
Well, you know what's funny? The Golden Gate Bridge is pretty big.
Yep.
Pretty sure the one right next to it, the Grey Bridge, is way bigger. But I don't think it has a name. It's just a big grey bridge.
You know what's funny? Like,
But no, there's no postcards about
yeah,
that.
no one gives a fuck about that. It's funny because when Emily my sister went to go see the Mona Lisa.
Yeah.
There was so many people crowding around. It's unreal. And then she turned around. There's this beautiful painting behind it that's massive. And she said no one gave a fuck about this painting. Everyone was crowding around this A4 of this Mona Lisa.
Yeah.
So I can kind of see. I don't know, just the hype.
That's kind of what it
around
felt
stuff.
like.
Yeah,
We're looking at the
yeah.
Golden Gate and I'm like, that bridge is pretty big.
This bridge over here is kinda
Hey,
cool.
what about this bridge here? This bridge doesn't get enough love.
Yeah.
So, that stuff was cool. We went to Bubblegum Shrimp, which was pretty sick.
That's cool.
Nothing really to write home about that. They just
Yeah.
played the Forrest Gump movie on repeat.
Oh,
and
yeah,
it was kind of
nice.
Forrest Gump themed.
It's cool.
There was a hat that you could buy that said, I gotta find Bubba. And I
Not
was like,
isn't there a hat in Forrest Gump that's bubblegum shrimp?
yeah, you
hat?
can buy that, but it looks like an Make America Great Again hat because it's red. And I didn't really want to buy that and walk around with that. So they kind of ruined that.
I don't know what San Francisco's political alignment is, but maybe you might have fit in.
They're very, I think they're very liberal.
liberal leaning.
Yeah, I think so. I'm not sure. Well, I mean, we walked past a guy that had a duck as a pet and it was walking next to him. He was walking his dog and
What's
a
that?
duck.
You reckon that means he's liberal? What does that
Well,
mean?
no. Let me finish the story. He
Don't
was
liberals have
walking his
ducks on a
dog
leash?
and there was a duck with shoes on that was, this sounds
That's
made
unreal.
up. I have a video of it though. And he was walking past us and his little duck walking next to him. And he's like, ducks against Trump. And I was like, yeah, what?
Ducks against Trump.
I didn't realize ducks got political like
Yeah,
that.
that's
But all right.
everything's political in
Yeah,
America. So
apparently.
it doesn't surprise me that ducks are as
I was
well.
like, all right, bro. I was like, cool. So yeah, no, there's some interesting stuff like that we saw for sure. Bubblegum, pretty cool.
Did they sell bubble gum? What is? I don't even know.
They
what
sold
sell.
shrimp.
They just sell shrimp.
Yeah.
Does it
shrimp
taste like
soup,
bubble gum?
Shrimp salad. It tastes like shrimp.
Oh, okay. What is Bubba? Oh,
Bubba.
Yeah,
You know,
I just
Bubba
realised.
and Forrest Gump.
Yeah, I'm with
and then
you
he
now.
made bubble gum
Sorry.
shrimp.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah, come on, bro.
I thought it was bubble gum.
Yeah, we just ate a bunch of bubble gum.
gum.
Ooh,
It
this
tastes
is
like
delicious.
shrimp.
It's really chewy though. I don't know. I asked for medium rare. Yeah, what's going on here? Yeah, so that was cool. And then, you know, as the week progressed, I just got more and more beaten down by the city. You know, they really find a way of making you miserable. I can kind of understand why the service was so bad everywhere, because the city really takes it out of you.
Yeah, right.
It was exhausting.
I mean, how do you expect them to be happy when they get paid fuck all and then their fucking avocados cost $70? You know what I mean? Like,
well,
And
you
then,
know, the
it's hard.
I was speaking to a guy about it at the Apple store because he was really cheery, and he's like, "Oh, we don't work off tips. We actually just get paid a good wage."
Fuck
And
yeah.
I was like,
Fuck yeah,
"Oh,
Apple. Let's go.
yeah." So he's like, "Yeah, we're really lucky. We get looked after here." Because we were like, "Dude, why are you so friendly and everyone else is so mean?" And he was like, "Well, the median average income to be considered middle class in San Francisco is 117,000 USD.
That is crazy.
To be considered middle class, anything lower than that, you're lower class. So you're kind of struggling to get by.
Yeah.
So that's like almost $180,000 Australian, give or take, maybe like 160. That's a lot of money. So it makes sense, you know, like these people working off tips, they're barely struggling to get by, and they just, you know, they're just finding life really hard. So it makes sense why they are, you know, not very happy.
Yeah.
But it doesn't make being a tourist very exciting when everyone hates their life and you're like, "Good morning, how are you?" And they're like, fully ignore you.
Yeah.
And they're like, "What do you want?" You're like, "Oh, just 2 coffees, please." And they're like, "Yeah, that'll be $1,000. And you're like, "Okay." And they're like, "Oh yeah, also 20% tip,
Yeah, I do
or
expect 20%.
I'll shoot you right now."
Yeah. Or spit in the coffee.
Or I'll literally, I'll get that homeless guy without his pants on to flash you again. So yeah, no, by the end of the trip, I was just beaten down. I was pretty miserable. I was pretty glad to come home for sure.
What about some of the nice things you saw? You know, we're talking a lot about how shit it was. What were some
Yeah.
highlights?
You know, we saw this beautiful art. It was like a museum, art museum, but it wasn't. I mean, that's what they called it, but it was just. I showed you a photo of it before. It's like Greek pillars and like a Colosseum type
Like outside.
dealio. Outside, yeah. I can't remember exactly
Art
what it's
installation,
called.
I
Yeah,
guess,
but it was
yeah.
just this giant like park with like this amazing like Greek, you know, pillars, and then they had in the middle just like this big dome, and it was like massive. It was really, really cool, like all very Greek Roman kind of style.
Yeah, when you showed me that first photo of it, I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool. And then you showed me the second photo, you guys
With
in
the
it, and it's
scale.
fucking massive. And I was like,
Yeah.
holy shit, that's unreal.
That was really cool. Like I said, the architecture was amazing.
Yeah.
And that was great. Except the first time we went there to visit it, it was all closed because Diana Ross was fucking playing, apparently.
Wow.
Because they had like a theater in the same kind of area. So they
cool.
closed the whole thing down. They're like, "Sorry, Diana Ross is playing." And I
Damn.
was like,
Touche.
"Cool." They're like, "You here for the show?" And I was like, "The art show?"
Show.
And they're like, "No, Diana Ross." And I was like, "No.
Oh,
No, I
damn.
didn't. No."
you should have. You should have said yes. You might have got let in. Oh,
Yeah.
no worries.
Do you know who I am? Yeah. So no, we couldn't even see it. And
Damn.
yeah. But now the worst thing, you know, it was definitely just the money side of things. You know, we were like, we ordered Uber Eats one night. We're like, you know what? Let's get some Popeyes. Let's see what Popeyes is all about. They were doing a 2-for-1 special. 2 6-piece boneless boxes of it's just 6 pieces of chicken.
Yep.
It was like $12 or something like that. We're like, dude, that's actually like a bargain.
Let's go.
That's good. So we ordered that and like some chips, a bag of chips, which fries in America, if you will.
Fries, yeah.
And then we're like, okay, so the total came to like $15. I'm like, dude, $15, like that's the cheapest meal we've had.
That's great.
And then we go to check out and it's like $15 for tax. And we're like, okay, so it's $30. And then they're like, delivery fee, $2.99
What's this tax?
to the existing tax.
Ah, fuck. I forgot about the existing tax.
Yeah. And we're like, okay, so it's actually $32 or $33. And then they're like, also you got a tip on top. Because if you don't tip an Uber Eats driver, they just won't pick it up. So your food will just sit in the
Oh, you
restaurant
got
forever
Oh, so you got to tip. Oh, of course.
beforehand. And they'll be like, oh, is it, you know, because most of the money they make apparently is on tip.
I don't give a fuck. Fucking pay them more money. Fuck this tip and shit.
It kind of sucks. It's like the big corporations make all the money and then they're like, no, but the poor people have to pay the
Tip
other
each
poor
other.
people
Yeah.
and distribute your small amount of money amongst yourselves, please. While we keep all the other stuff. So anyway, we tip this guy. He picks up our food. We get it. It ends up being like fucking $40 something US
Epic.
for 2 6-piece combos.
Originally 15.
Yeah. How did we get here?
Yeah.
You know? And we get it finally. And we look in the bag. This motherfucker opened our chip bag and ate all our chips. Except for like 3, like a little handful.
Oh my God.
And we complain to Uber. You know what they do?
Thanks for your request.
Yeah. Oh, thanks for your feedback.
Thanks for your fucking feedback.
Oh, thanks for your feedback. Yeah, so we ate all the food he was supposed to deliver. Thanks for your feedback. Appreciate that.
You know that food
No
you
refund.
paid for? Yeah, he ate it.
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
So anyway, so that kind of sucked. But yeah, don't get me started on taxes over there. I like check out of the first hotel we were in with the crazy crackheads outside of it. And they're like, do you enjoy your stay? You find everything all right? I'm like, yeah, it was okay. Other than all the shit going on outside 24/7. They're like, cool. Your total's just going to be $132. And we're like,
Excuse me?
what do you mean? I didn't order room service.
Yeah.
And they're like,
what for?
no, it's this the hotel fee.
For
What are you talking about? She prints out this big piece of paper and gives it to me, and it's all taxes: hotel tax, foreigner tax, fucking service fee, like a utilities fee.
like
$34 a day
elevator.
to have fucking running water in the hotel. And I was like,
Oh my fucking God.
of course. Why are there taxes on fucking everything?
They're made
in
up
this city?
taxes.
I
They're
reckon
made
it
up
was a
tax.
scam almost.
Yeah.
I reckon Ubisoft paid that and then they just double charged
Yeah, they're just like,
us.
fuck it, let's do it again.
So anyway, I pay that. Go to the we went to the Hilton after this and it was
Heaps better. Fuck yeah.
was amazing.
Sounds good.
the Hilton 4-star hotel
Yep.
in the Chinatown, the financial district. Oh, so much better than
That's good.
Union Square.
Felt safer.
Yeah, we could actually walk around. It
So,
was-
what
except there was a fucking protest outside the Hilton day one of us getting there, and they were
Epic.
playing fucking drums the whole day. So we couldn't just like chill in the hotel. We just heard screaming and drums because
Well, they're protesting.
there was some politics thing, and they're like, the fucking rich people in there,
Oh
it's
my
their fault,
God.
blah blah blah, and we're like, we're just tourists. Someone was like handing a pamphlet to us,
Yeah.
and we're like, sorry, we're from Australia, and the guy on the megaphone's like, oh, welcome to San Francisco, like, thank you so much for visiting,
Oh, fuck yeah.
and we're like,
Yeah, these
thanks.
guys are from Australia.
Can you fucking get the fuck out of our hotel, please? Yeah. So like, yeah, that was good. That was good.
And then when you guys were away, there was a protest in Australia at Melbourne Airport for like taxi drivers not getting
Yeah,
paid.
that's
the same,
right,
like
yeah.
screaming at Uber drivers and stuff.
Awesome.
Yeah, so just protests happening.
Yeah, there's
People are
lots of
pissed off.
protests happening at the moment. Yeah. So
A lot of protests. Like Trump impression. A lot of protests.
A lot of protests. There's a lot of protests going on right now. There's a lot of people unhappy with a lot of things right now. I know it. I've spoken to them. I've spoken to a lot of them. I've heard their concerns. And there will be no more protests under me. When I get into office, there will be no more protests.
There'll be so many protests.
Not on my watch. Not on my watch.
yeah, no, that was fucking. There was a lot going on over there, but no, it was good. You know, besides all that stuff, it was a great trip.
Yeah.
It was a good trip. The ride back.
Yeah, how's the flight back? Have to have been better than the first one. You're crying with happiness how good that flight back was.
Tell you what, we're getting on this flight. There's like a really tall, skinny man, and there's just another guy. And I was like, I really hope it's like this really long, lanky guy that sits next to us because I had the middle seat and they had the aisle. And I was like, hopefully, you know, I'll have a bit more room. Oh, you know, this guy won't even be there. He'll be so skinny.
Yeah.
This guy was
It's
lanky as fuck.
two-dimensional.
Yeah, this dude could just fold in half. I could fold him up and put him in the stowaway. And I'm like, yeah, I hope he sits next to us. He walks past us. I was like,
Where's he going?
fuck. And so there's just this other just regular guy like sits next to us, which was fine, except for the fact that instead of putting his bag in either the stowaway or under the seat in front of him,
Yep.
He just sits it between his legs and then just spreads his legs either side of it.
Hate that.
1 foot in his footwell, 1 foot in my footwell.
Oh, you should be able to kick people off the airport. For
I was
just
gonna
that
slap
alone.
his I was like,
That's fucked.
I was doing the little like, and then he was like going to sleep, and his arm would just drift and just flop over my armrest, and I just like slap it.
my
I was just like elbow. I was like, get out of my personal bubble, man. He finally like
Fucking rude. Oh, that fucking shit.
It was so rude, man. And I don't know. I just don't think he considered it.
People don't, and I don't understand how you're not. You know what I mean? Like you just fucking rude or arrogant or.
You paid for
Or
your
you're
little
just
section,
stupid,
man.
like just fucking. I've got my seat. You've got your seat. Fuck off.
Yeah,
Get the fuck away from me.
Honestly,
it shits me.
man.
Don't fucking touch me.
yeah.
Foot in your footwell is like
Oh,
you should
bro.
be able to fucking. I don't know.
His foot no longer exists.
Yeah.
yeah. That's part of my carry on now.
Yeah, yeah, legit.
I've always wanted a walking stick.
Damn. Fuck that.
Yeah, so anyway, I ended up speaking to him about it and being like, in a nice way, just being like, oh, you know, you can put your bag under the seat and then it'll give you a lot more foot room. He's like, oh, thanks, dude. I didn't think about that. I was like,
my.
what do you mean? What do you mean?
You fuck with.
Have you never caught a fucking plane
true.
before? Or just common sense, bro.
Yeah.
Hey, I don't have a lot of foot room. Maybe I move my fucking giant bag
Aren't
where
you
my
meant
feet should
to
be.
anyway? Like it's like a safety thing. You meant to tuck it on the seat.
Yeah,
so
but
it
the
doesn't fucking.
like flight attendants didn't say anything.
Fuck's sake.
And you know, he was all right after that. So like no complaints there.
Yeah.
He did talk a lot and I was like, he was telling us some outlandish stories where I was like, I almost don't believe you. He was like, yeah, like Lindsay Lohan's mum spat on me once. And I was like, all right, cool.
As like a
I don't know.
sexual
He
thing?
was like, it was weird.
Was he pissed off at her?
He said he was like a firefighter at one point.
Yeah.
I don't even know. And
Yeah, I
he
was
got-
sitting next to Lindsay Lohan's mom on the plane, and she spat on me because I like had my foot in her footwell or something. I don't know. It was
"What's up with
weird.
that?"
I was like, "Come on, like I do it to you all the time. You're not spitting on me."
Yeah. And then he's like, oh yeah, I saw someone get stabbed on a subway and like I like wrestled the guy that did it and all that stuff. And I don't know, I believe him. But
Yeah.
at the same time, his stories were there was a lot of outlandish stories, just one after the other. And you'd say a story and he'd go, Anyway, this one time I did this, just,
Fuck yeah.
yeah, completely
Yeah.
only wanted to hear himself speak. But he was fine. But there was a kid in front of me, like a 10-year-old
yeah.
kid.
Fuck yeah. Kids are great on
Yeah.
planes. They're the
who-
best.
He became my arch nemesis. Like my actual, he was like
He probably watches you, bro.
like a little devil, bro.
He's probably a viewer, dude. He's probably a Minecraft.
I hope he unsubs. I hope he unsubscribes.
Unsubs.
He
I'll
sucked.
find him. I'll make him unsub.
He sucked. He was like 10 years old. All the lights in the plane, they dim down. It goes all quiet. It's like, okay, sleepy time. Sleepy time now. Sleepy time. You everyone go bye-bye. So I put my noise canceling headphones on. I go to sleep. I'm probably sleeping for like maybe an hour.
Yep.
And then I just hear what I thought was crying turns out to be laughter from this child. This child's watching Captain Underpants, the movie.
Hilarious movie.
Good movie. Hey, kid's got good taste. But this kid's like literally like
Oh my god.
just like in the middle of a dead silent plane, and this kid's jumping around like an iPad kid, like going up and down, like and just laughing and shit, and like tapping the screen and pausing, go back 10 seconds, play again. And I was like, this inconsiderate child, like, where are your parents? You know, the dad was on the fucking other row on the other side of the plane. Why didn't you book tickets together, buddy?
You know, that's why.
Yeah,
That is
what a
why.
bastard. His grandma was sitting next to him.
Yeah.
but she didn't do anything. I don't think she was really there.
Yeah.
I think she was
just mentally not there, just checked out.
just other places.
Yeah, yeah. She took 3 edibles. She's battling. She's battling her fucking.
She was going. She was on her own
Yeah.
trip. So he was just so loud that whole time, and we're trying to sleep. You know, the whole plane's trying to sleep, and I end up looking at. There was like another lady sitting next to him, and I end up looking at this lady, and I see her drafting up a text to her friend, and I'm reading it. This is like 4 hours into the flight. It's a 14-hour flight, 16 hours total. I'm like reading it, and she's like,
Oh, this has been the flight from hell. Like, this kid next to me, like, will not shut up. He's called the flight attendant 6 times.
Oh
all
my
this stuff.
God.
Because he would just go, he'd just like tap on the little touchscreen, go call flight attendant, and then he'd like wait 5 seconds, he'd look around, Flight attendant wasn't coming. Call flight attendant again. So you just hear every like 5-10 seconds. Boom,
Uh,
boom. Oh, dude.
and what could he possibly want?
He wanted his dinner earlier than everyone else, even though they were serving the dinner like as they were coming through with the dinner. He wanted his dinner earlier.
I'd never smack my kids,
Oh, bro,
but I'd smack other people's kids.
and he was so rude. He'd be like, he'd call them over and they'd be like, can I help you? He's like, I want a lemonade. And they're like, no, please, no, thank you. And they're like, okay, we can get you a lemonade. No, actually, I want a Fanta. And like, we don't do Fanta. He's like, you don't do Fanta? Oh my God. All right, I want a lemonade. No, thank you. Nothing. Just so rude and like demanding. Anyway, this kid, my arch nemesis. So the whole flight, he's fucking around on this shit. He ends up putting his hands back like this. He's laughing, having fun. He puts his hands on my seat, on the back, on my screen.
Oh, you just don't be doing that.
So I just slapped his hand. I slapped this kid's hand. Get the fuck off my fucking screen! Get off my seat!
Did he do anything about it?
Nah. He was like, he could do a Rubik's Cube in like 10 seconds.
Whoa.
He had a Rubik's Cube for some reason.
That's pretty good.
It was but
Mate,
yeah. No, he was like, had his hands on the back and I was just like, not super hard,
Yeah.
but you know, like, not a flick away,
Like
a slap, like slapping a mosquito.
get the yeah.
Just very lightly though.
Yeah.
Very lightly. It wasn't assault.
Just as like
bro,
bro, your hands are on my
get
screen.
away.
Yeah.
Nothing came of that. He didn't change his behavior at all.
Just a closed.
Although actually he didn't put his hands back on my seat, which was
no,
pretty
that's
good.
Just a closed fist slap on the face.
No, it really was just like a
Yeah, little
get off.
Don't yeah,
like,
I'll
get,
touch my
get,
screen.
get off
Yeah.
sort of thing.
Yeah.
So-
Like you'd shoo a fly.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
But I tell you what, I wanted to throw him off the plane. I wanted to be like in that part in Charlie's Angels where I like grab him and then I jump out the airlock and then I fly off with the parachute with him. Yeah,
would've been
as
sick.
Korn plays.
That would be fucking sick. Samuel Jackson, like you shoot a hole so the fucking snakes go out. It's just him. Damn.
Yeah, but it's just.
Do you reckon the Americans that you've met, was he American?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you reckon the Americans that you've met who are these like rude and no manners and stuff? When I was a kid, you like forced into saying thank you and please and like mum's like, where's your manners? And like all that
Yeah.
sort of stuff. Like, what do you say? Just constantly at you about saying thank you and please and like Emily, my sister, same with her kids and stuff. Do you reckon they just don't enforce those manners like on an early age? Do you reckon they just not?
I think because obviously the States is really big, so I think some states it's more prominent than others. Like
Yeah.
I obviously haven't been to like the South, but I imagine you know from what I've seen in movies, I feel like it's a lot more about please and thank you. Yeah. But it's very
just like respectful.
I just noticed like when we actually did go to In-N-Out, I did notice they just kind of a lot of them just kind of like say what they want, and I guess it's not probably considered rude in their culture because obviously like we get that drilled into us
Yeah.
like please and thank you, you have to say it sort of thing.
I say thank you and please after every single fucking time. Like they'll be like, oh, what do you like? Do you want Pepsi or Pepsi Max? Oh, Pepsi for that one, thank you.
Yeah. Or oh yeah,
cheers,
Pepsi please.
or-
Yeah. No, they literally like this guy got like his food at In-N-Out and this is kind of where it clicked. Like guy was like, oh, number 78. He's like, oh, that's me. Gives it to him and he goes, yeah, and can I have a lemonade as well? And he's like, yep. And he's like, yeah, and some sauce. And he like gives him the sauce.
And the other
then that's
bloke
it. And
didn't
then they
seem
just walk
fazed
off. Yeah. And they just didn't seem phased. Whereas I would be like, oh, and also sorry, could I please have
sorry
a
to be a
lemonade as
pain,
well if
yeah.
that's okay?
Always apologizing.
Yeah,
always, yeah.
And also could I have some sauce
Yeah.
please?
And
if
while
that's
you're
alright?
getting that, can you please get me some sauce? Thank you so much. Yeah.
Yeah.
Appreciate you.
And then
have a
when they
lovely
give it
day.
to you, you go, thank you.
Yeah. Yeah.
It just didn't
Makes sense.
happen.
Yeah. If I gave you something and you wanted that,
Yeah.
you'd probably say thank you.
Well, you would think that.
Yeah.
But that didn't happen. And like I said, I don't think it's everywhere, but this was obviously like
Your experience.
my experience. And it could just be like kind of just a San Francisco thing.
Yeah.
I don't know, like more of a Cali thing. Everyone's a lot more kind of hustle and bustle in their own lane. I really don't know. All I know is a lot of them were really rude. So that's unfortunate.
It's sad.
It was still fun. You know, it was a really bad experience. A lot of bad experiences, a lot of penises I saw.
Yeah.
A lot of just for things you shouldn't see, unprompted. But you know, being there with my partner, it was we were experiencing the shit together.
That's
So
cool.
it was kind of like,
Band of brothers.
this really sucks, but you know, it's kind of fun because I'm with someone.
Yeah, we can take
You
the
know,
piss out of
we're
it
having
later.
we're having a bad experience together, which
Yeah.
kind of makes it good.
a fun experience.
Yeah. Except for the whole like edibles thing. That was that was bad.
Yeah, that's just bad. That,
was
wasn't.
just
Yeah,
bad.
there was no.
There was no fun in
yeah.
that. That was just scary. For
No, that
both
was
of us.
bad together. That was just fucking shit.
Yeah, that just sucked. So that was good. One thing that really got me as well. Turns out the cartels are like a big thing, San Francisco.
In San Francisco.
Yeah. And
Damn.
we sort of like realized at the beginning because outside of our hotel, there were like 3 cars parked there all the time. And there was like 2 dudes in every car. And then like scooters would come. You'd see them texting each other from the car to the scooter, talking to each other. And then one would drive off and they'd swap cars and stuff. At one point, one of the guys got out of his own car, stole someone else's car that was parked there and drove off with it to
Holy
like move the cars.
fuck.
I don't know. It was fucking crazy. And we're like, what the fuck
Just
is going on
outside your
here?
hotel. Fuck
Yeah, and we
hell.
were looked it up. Turns out the cartel is like one of the biggest like distributors of the fentanyl over there.
Makes sense. Yeah.
So we're like, oh, dude, they're fucking drug dealers. And like when
Yeah.
we'd go out, if we'd stare at them for too long, they would like look at us and like talk to
Yeah.
each other and like take photos of us and shit. It was fucking weird. I went to a workwear store. There was like one workwear store that sold Carhartt
Yep.
because in Australia, a Carhartt jacket is like $400.
Damn.
In America, it's like $150 Australian.
Interesting.
So that's like way cheaper,
Cheaper
over
clothes.
there.
Okay.
For some reason, that's the
yeah.
only thing that's cheaper.
Is it
iPhones
made
are
in
cheaper and
Yeah. Right.
clothes.
Is it made in America? Because then you have to ship it.
It's made in India now for some reason, but I think because it's still considered a workwear brand. It's not a fashion brand. In Australia, no one wears Carhartt for work.
Yeah.
Just like no one really wears Dickies for work in Australia.
Yeah.
People have like Hard Yakka
Yeah,
or
yeah.
like King G or like all these other actual like Australian
Actual
brands.
work. Yeah.
So it's more of a fashion thing. But over there, it's still very much like or every worker's like wearing Carhartt
Damn.
or Dickies.
A lot of good looking workers out there.
Yeah, they're fucking kind of fucking slaying right
looking
now,
sick.
man. Do you guys skate? What the fuck? But yeah, so we went over, like we went all the way out of town. I caught a Waymo, which is like a driverless, self-driving car.
Yeah, I saw that. That looked fucking scary.
Dude, those things are fucking lit.
Yeah.
Self-driving cars are the future. It's so awesome just getting into the car and not having to make small talk at all,
Yeah,
but also not being worried you're going to get like a weird, creepy driver.
fun,
Sometimes you get
yeah.
into a car and you're like,
I don't like
fuck,
this.
I feel unsafe with
Good
this
for
guy.
like women going home drunk, which is huge
Yeah.
because that's like an actual. I didn't even think about it. And I was
Yeah.
like, true. That's so like safety for that.
Yeah. And I mean, like you can go to, if you're really drunk, you can go to sleep in it and not worry about getting robbed or just safety wise in general, especially for women. I thought that's like
Number one. That's
dude.
huge. Yeah.
so good. And they drive, actually, I felt very safe. I felt safer than I did in most of the Ubers. They were really good. But we catch this Waymo. That's what we call them. We call them Waymos. We're kind of on like a first name
Was
basis.
it what kind of car was it?
It was a Jaguar. They're all Jaguars, and they're really nice.
Interesting. I thought it might have been a Tesla for some reason.
No, but it's an electric Jaguar.
Yeah.
But we catch this Waymo out to this workwear store. Like we go in, we shop. As we're like kind of getting to like this neighborhood, we're like, this is looking pretty like shady. This is looking pretty like, I mean, we were in Union Square. That was pretty bad. This is looking more like we're going to get shot or something like that. This looked very kind of like gangy. Yeah.
Gangy. Yeah.
Gangy. I felt like we were going to get like gangbanged or something.
No, probably not. I wouldn't.
No. Okay.
That was more
We're just, it looked very dangerous.
dangerous. Yeah.
And so we go, we like shop, I like buy my stuff that I wanted to buy. And we go to leave and we're waiting for our Uber outside because the Waymo was like fucking like a 35-minute wait away because no one catches Waymos out here because that would be stupid.
Yeah.
Apparently. And like we're getting like really weird looks, like heaps of people staring at us and stuff. And we're like, what the fuck is going on here? This is really weird. And so we go back inside, we Google it. Turns out, speaking of the cartel, that's like this street we were on, kind of like this whole neighborhood was kind of known for being like where the cartel is. And it turns out this street in particular has like a shooting every week. Like literally the street we're on, we're like, yeah, there was a shooting here 2 days ago.
That's so scary.
Oh, there was another shooting a week ago? Oh, there was another shooting the week before that. Okay, cool. And so we ended up like waiting inside until our Uber arrived and called the ride back. But it was scary. It was scary.
Fuck that. That is scary.
But yeah, all
Breaking
in all,
Bad shit.
good trip.
Yeah.
You know, got a good Carhartt jacket for cheap.
You survived.
Survived.
Yeah, got home safe.
Like a $2,000 worth of fucking food later or something like that.
I knew it was bad, but I don't think it was that bad.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
It's pretty bad. I remember I'd like send you a meme or something and you'd like it and I'd be like, okay, he's all right.
He's still alive for now.
Yeah, he can physically like a shitty meme on Instagram. He hasn't been killed by the cartel. His head's not on a turtle in Mexico or whatever. Like fucking Breaking Bad.
There was definitely a lot more places. Like I felt on edge
Yeah.
for a lot of the trip.
Make you happy you're Australian?
Absolutely.
Fuck yeah.
I nearly cried this morning because we got back home and we went to a cafe. First of all, it was $22 for my whole meal, coffee included, just this beautiful meal.
Yep. Did you
Everything
tip?
was real. The bacon was real. I don't know. Everything tastes fucking weird over in the US.
Oh, yeah.
Everything's artificial. Everything's fake. The fucking fruit doesn't taste like fruit. The meat doesn't taste like real meat. The sugar, like the bread tastes like it's packed with sugar for some unknown reason. Kit Kats are made with dark chocolate for some, I don't know what's going on with Kit Kats. Kit Kats are like milk chocolate in quotes, but it's like that really bad Hershey's shit chocolate.
Yeah. Calendar chocolate.
Yeah, it sucks, man.
You know when you get advent calendars and they got that chocolate just shit ass.
Yeah. Everything's just like worse over there, like food wise as well, which pisses you off because you got to pay twice as much too.
Yeah.
But yeah, I got home and I nearly cried because it was so good. And the coffee over there,
Terrible.
you can't even call it coffee. I don't know. It's actually horrible. Like it's crazy that we went to Starbucks, the coffee place. Starbucks is the coffee place.
Yeah.
No, it's fucking not.
No, shit.
No, it's not. My card, I went to buy a fucking Starbucks. My card got locked for some reason 4 days into the trip.
Was your bank? Did you tell your bank you were going over? Yeah.
But then I had to call my bank to unlock my cards. $1.50 a minute for international calls.
Fuck yeah.
Wait time 50 minutes to speak to somebody. So I'm sitting there on the phone and I'm like, I can't believe this is going to cost me.
This is costing you
like $100 to unlock my cards, even though I told them
coffee.
I was going overseas. Yeah, the Starbucks coffees were not good at all. Better than most of the other places.
Yeah. Do they have like
Still
cafes and
undrinkable.
stuff? Like little cafes?
Oh, yeah, they got cafes.
Yeah. But they're shit.
They're not real cafes.
Yeah,
no
yeah,
one's a
yeah.
barista over there. No one actually grinds coffee
Yeah.
and makes
Yeah.
it.
It's just in that fucking pot you see
just a
in the
pot.
diners. And they
Yeah,
pour it
yeah.
out.
Just a pot.
You want cream? Yeah.
Yeah, we're baristas. Well, we know how to press the on switch for the pot.
Yeah. I heard they microwave their water. I don't know if that's true though.
Yeah. Or
Like they don't
boil
have
it in a pot
kettles.
because they don't have kettles.
Yeah.
But that fucking sucked, man. That sucked. When my card got declined, I was like, you gotta be kidding me.
Yeah.
Hey, how could it
keep
get
getting
worse?
worse.
Oh, strand me in a foreign country with no way to
No
pay for
money.
anything.
Fuck.
I call up the bank lady. She's like, no, it's weird because you did say you were going overseas. And I was like,
Yeah, believe it or not.
yeah, I did.
Do they
Yeah.
Surely they reinvest for the coal.
No,
their fault.
no, I don't think so. No, I don't know. We'll find out on my phone bill. But they were like, yeah, that is weird. And this definitely was you buying this? And I was like, yeah.
Yeah.
I know it looks like a suspicious call, a suspicious transaction. But, the only suspicious thing about this transaction is how they can possibly charge $12 for a coffee. Am I right? Yeah, and she laughed at it.
You like that?
She was like, was the coffee bad? And I was like, yeah, it was. And she's like, I've heard that about America. And I was like, yeah. And then we were talking and I was like, wait, hang on. There's
wait,
$1.50 a
yeah.
minute here. I got to get off the phone. Unlock my cards. Get out of here. But yeah, anyway, that was my trip.
Brutal.
I don't know if there's much else to really touch on.
Yeah.
It was just like really, like bad. So,
Epic.
but in like a fun way.
In a fun bad
Sometimes.
way. Yeah. Yeah, that's true. Except those weed fucking cookies you had.
Oh, bro.
Yeah, that's rough.
Yeah, I woke up every day being like, I hate this city. I felt like a 1950s
Smoking
detective. Yeah, like listening to
City's
jazz.
killing me, yeah.
I hate this city. The scum on the streets.
Yeah, the jazz playing in the
Just being
background.
like, man, the city's a shell of what it used to be.
So corrupt.
So corrupt. they don't even get their dicks sucked inside hotels anymore. It's outside.
LA Noir.
Yeah, it really felt like that.
That's funny. Yeah, true. Well, what did I do when you were away? Fuck all. It was good.
That's good.
Yeah.
I'm good. That's
Yeah.
glad. Good for you.
I don't know. What happened when you were gone? Not much, really. It's very quiet. Very
Yeah.
quiet. Just worked and that was it.
Because Frank went to my mum's place too.
Yeah, which was really sad, actually. I was very alone. It would have been nice to have Frank here, but also I understand why. Because I'd be out all day. And
Yeah.
then he would fucking explode.
Yeah,
So-
they like took him to the beach and stuff, and I was like,
Yeah,
man, I was like,
yeah,
he's
yeah.
having
Frank
a
had
good
a
life.
great
Maybe I
day.
should just leave him there.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Frank had a great time down there.
Yeah.
Yeah, nah. I had like I was sort of telling you about it before. I had like the universe speak to me a little bit. I wasn't sure I was going to talk about it, but I think I will because it was cool. It was like a really cool moment. I think it must have been Friday afternoon. I sort of want to like make editing my full-time job. That's kind of like my goal.
Yeah.
And I went on like this YouTube jobs website and I was looking at the edits on there and like people like hiring editors and all I wanted was like Mr. Beast-esque high impact, like, whoa, look at me, like fucking explosions going off, like words popping up and just an edit a fucking second. And
Yeah.
it's not really what I like to do. It's very, I don't know. People, you can do what you want, but it's just, I like the story of an editor. I like to, find you know what I mean? Like I like to.
Yeah, you don't want to cater to
yeah.
like, the destroying the attention span of the youth.
Exactly.
kind of
I don't want to
stuff.
say brain rot, but brain rot, basically.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you get 15 mil views because you blew up a Lamborghini and there's a fucking edit every 2 seconds. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Mr. Beast is sort of like gone away from that now. It's going more game showy, which I think I prefer.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's the sort of edits that everyone wants on this thing. And I was like, fuck. And I was like down on myself. I was like, am I going to have to become that kind of editor to get jobs? I was very like, I don't really like working like that sort of thing. And I was very down on myself because I thought that was just going to be the future of editing. And I was like, that's not really why I want to do this. And I was sort of like, thinking this is shit. And I was getting a bit depressed, to be honest. No one was home, so I was like alone. I was getting a little bit depressed about it all. And then the person that I edit for, I'll shout her out, Lexi Graham. She's a Twitch streamer. She was, I edit for her and she was streaming and I just jumped into her stream the other day. And this is like when I was at my lowest of like, maybe I should just give up on editing sort of thing. And randomly just jumped in her stream and she's talking about what a great editor I am. And
Yeah.
it really like, I started getting emotional. I was like, this is great. She talked for like an hour about just stuff like my work ethic, getting stuff done on time, that I'm fairly priced. She said I'm not too expensive, I'm not too cheap. She reckons she pays me exactly what I feel like I deserve and what she thinks I do deserve. Talking about like, I write her intros for her and she really likes that. Just
Yeah.
going into all the stuff that I do, not just my editing, but around that. She was like, I send him like 4 hours of stream and he somehow finds like a solid 20 minutes out of the stream of good storytelling, good edits. And she was just glazed me. And I was just like, this is unreal. And I was starting to get a bit
Damn,
emotional. I
dude.
was like, it was literally half an hour after I was feeling so shitty about myself. And then the universe was like, nah, dude, you're doing a good thing. You're doing well. Keep what you're doing. You know what I mean? Like they're really happy with you. And I was thinking about it and I think I really like editing for streamers. I feel like there's something about that format and it's what I consume as well. I watch like Squeaks, Ludwig, Miskiff, like all those sort of streamers. I consume
Yeah.
that content and I enjoy that. And it was just really cool to know that I was doing the right thing. And I got a bit emotional about it all. So I sent her a message on Discord and I was like, I just randomly jumped into your stream and you're glazing me up. I love it. This is fantastic,
Yeah.
And then she started laughing and then I got no chat and we just had like oh, this is unreal and saying thank you and that. And then her chat was like, hey, pause, great edits and all this sort of thing. So yeah, I just needed it. And it's like the universe was like, here you go. You know what I mean?
Dude,
It was
that's
really
so
cool.
good.
Yeah. So that was a bit of a highlight of when you were away. And I was like by myself. I had no one to like express these feelings. Like I sent you a text, I was like, man, I don't know about this this YouTube stuff. Like these edits are getting a bit ridiculous. And it was really cool. So
Yeah, dude, that's
Yeah.
so good. I mean,
it was weird.
it's crazy that it happened like at the exact moment where you were like,
I needed it. Yeah.
I don't know about this, man.
yeah,
I needed to hear it. And she like I wasn't in there like, you know, she was just talking and I just jumped in the stream
Yeah.
and she was just, it just evolved. The chat was asking her questions about like what, you know, all the questions about editing. And she was answering it. I'm just sitting there and she was just giving me so much love. And I was just like, she didn't have to, she could just badmouth me. You know what I mean?
it's
Like,
pretty rare that you
it
can
was- yeah.
eavesdrop on someone giving you a compliment.
Yeah.
Eavesdropping on someone talking about you at all.
Yeah.
Usually is bad.
It's bad.
Yeah.
it was unreal. It
Um,
was exactly what I needed to hear.
The fact that
Yeah.
you eavesdropped and it was
yeah. I was in there
all
chat
positive and
lurking.
it was
Yeah.
unprompted. It's just
Yeah.
like, yeah.
Exactly.
I feel like that's the
lurking
biggest
and-
compliment in itself. If
Absolutely.
That's not a sign.
Absolutely. And I had to say something too because I felt like I was like eavesdropping. I was like,
Yeah,
oh, look,
yeah.
man, like I just jumped in your Twitch, you glazed me. This is great. And she started laughing. She thought it was hilarious. She's like, oh, thanks for lurking in my Twitch chat. And so that was good. It's really funny. So I'm a
Yeah.
YouTube frog. I don't really watch streamers, but like their streams, unless they're doing something that I really like. Oh, you know, Ludwig's got an event on. I'll watch that or whatever. But
Yeah.
I really just watch a stream or watch the YouTube video.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, it was just funny. Like just
Damn.
it was it was so
fun,
weird.
man.
I was like, come back from. I was like, how like in the universe, bro? Like you know, simulation or whatever you want to call it. Like
Yeah.
it gave me what I needed in that moment. It was really cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah,
That's good, man.
Yeah.
I'm glad. I'm glad you got that because you are a very good editor.
it could have been dark
And
for a couple of days if I didn't get it.
No,
Yeah.
man, that's awesome. That is really awesome. This has been I feel like it's been a very one-sided kind of,
I feel like that was like when I went
Odd.
to Spain though as
yeah.
well.
Yeah, so yeah, you did actually another thing about you did talk a lot.
I hugged the mic on in
Yeah,
the Spain
it was
trip.
kind of fucking annoying.
It was good, but I mean, you went on a big
What about
trip.
my day?
Yeah, you didn't ask me about me.
Yeah. I
Didn't do anything. Yeah, no, it's fine. I'm happy because I didn't really know much what happened. You told me a few things, but yeah.
Kept it on the DL. It's hard though, because like I wanted to text you, and be like, "Bro, this fucking
Yeah,
fuck
yeah,
thing
yeah.
happened." The only thing I did send you was that person getting their penis fellatioed.
Yeah, that was hilarious.
Because that was all on video, live reaction. Be like, "There's a guy, there's a guy." Oh,
Yeah.
ah!
Are you sure? I don't want to say, wow.
Who's getting his cock out?
He's getting sucked.
Yeah.
It was really funny.
I can't post it. I mean, I could censor it, but like, they're very small people in the video, so it'd be very hard to like, you know,
Censor it.
convey
Yeah.
exactly what was happening.
Yeah.
Because it was kind of the back of the guy, and then you could see like
bit of
head,
head
like motion
bobbing.
and movement.
Yeah.
You couldn't see any like specific
I-
genitalia, but there
I
was
didn't
the
know it
motion
was
there.
until you said it, and then I like zoomed in, and then you could see the head
Yeah,
heading.
yeah. If you will, if you will. Yeah. So
crazy.
It was crazy.
And it looked like, well, I guess I don't know. There was a very quick interaction before.
She must
that.
have been good because it was a good fucking 30 seconds.
Damn.
A truck drove past. It was almost like in
He
movies.
vanished.
Yeah, it was almost like in movies where that happened, except a truck went past and the pants were back up.
Oh my God,
And
wow.
she was like, he was walking off, and she was like, "Get me a cherry cola, make
Oh.
it cherry." So she must have
Earned that cherry cola.
done that for the
Fuck
cherry.
yeah.
I don't know, but he never came back. We watched for the next few hours, and I was like, "Dude, she got scammed."
sad.
It was really sad. It was really, really, really sad.
Yeah.
But kind of a crazy thing to just see out
In the
your front
street.
window,
That is insane.
just in public.
That is insane. Well, that's all the time we have for
That is all the time we
The
have.
Wizard's Tower.
So
Hope you enjoyed this episode.
I hope you did,
Because, yeah.
because I didn't enjoy that trip very much. So I hope you got something out of it at least. But with that, grab your hats and grab your staves and get out of here, guys.
Get out of here.
See you on the next episode of The Wizard's Tower. Thank you all so much for listening.
Bye-bye.
Bye bye. Oh, pizza's here.